Angeline Ong, and welcome to your look ahead to Tuesday, the 16th of January. Now, retail is a big theme, so is the banks, but let's just get through the economic data for you first. And we start in Australia with the Westpac consumer confidence data. Expectations for January, 82.5, up from 82.1 the previous month. If we get this reading, the index has been below 100 since March 2022. In the UK, we've got the unemployment rate, which will be a key reading ahead of the Bank of England rate decision on February 1st. The consensus for November, 4.3%, up from 4.2% the previous month. Now, remember, we also have inflation figures out of the UK quite soon. That will be key as well ahead of the central bank's next meeting. Out of Germany, look out for the ZEW economic sentiment. Just bring up the DAX for you because this index has actually done quite well in 2023 amongst its European peers. It is trading sideways at the moment. However, keep an eye on what happens out of the manufacturing sector, and especially what happens out of China and the US, two big trading partners with Germany, because this will actually be a deciding factor in how the DAX either improves or declines this year. The manufacturing sector, as I mentioned, that excluding construction, fell by a sharp 2%, led by lower production in the energy supply sector. The Q4 period recorded a similar 0.3% drop compared with the July to September period. Germany's economy, according to official figures, also stagnated in the third quarter, implying that the country has narrowly avoided a technical recession. However, it is looking like a difficult, or rather uncertain time ahead for many economies, not just Germany, in 2024. Now, to Canada, where we have the consumer price index expectations for December, 2.8% year-on-year, down from 3.1% the previous month. Like many other major economies like the US and the UK, inflation is coming down, but not as fast as policymakers and also consumers would have hoped. So inflation still sticky as we speak. In terms of earnings, as I mentioned earlier, there is a retail theme out there continuing after the holiday shopping season. This time we are looking at grocers. We've got Ocado out with a Q4 trading statement. Ocado, one of the many that have come out with earnings or trading statements. Sainsbury's, M&S, broadly speaking, showing good sort of trading periods, but general merchandise remains weak. Meanwhile, Rio Tinto in the mining space out with a Q4 operational review. But the big ones to look out for come out of the US, and these are the banks, small banks on deck. Goldman Sachs this time round reporting, and we are looking out for the Q4 results, with the bank's profit expected to rise thanks to its trading and investment banking arm. The strong showing there is expected to offset a hit from a write-down tied to its consumer units. Now, if this comes to pass, then it would add to the mixed cacophony of bank earnings so far. We're also looking out for Morgan Stanley too. And that's it for now. For more market moving news, I'll be back on Beat the Street at 13:30 London time to give you a heads up to the US trading day. And IG's Jeremy Naylor will be back at 7:30 on early morning call to do the same for you ahead of the European market open. Follow me on Twitter at Angeline Ong or at IGCom. This is IGTV.